Okay, Councilwoman, please tell me why you're here today to make a report.
We had a council caucus meeting upstairs.
And when was this meeting?
It started at 6 p.m.
Tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Council caucus meeting upstairs tonight at 6 p.m. Okay, please continue.
For many years now, I've been verbally abused by Councilman Brown. Sometimes I go back at him. Sometimes I just let it go.
Okay.
He's done personal things to my husband's business, so that I just ride with the politics thing. Tonight, he kept making digs tonight. I let him go. I barely said anything tonight regarding any issues within the city. He started with John, Councilman Roman, many times. He was laughing and antagonizing. Councilman from the 8th Ward, Paul Coates. And then he was just looking at me with these evil eyes and faces, and he started saying, I'm drinking, and he's making all kinds of signs at me, being fat, and then he couldn't sit down the whole entire meeting. He was up and around, and he's snapping his thumbs and his hands, and just these horrible looks. And then when he got up and he starts going back at me, he says, and you wait until next year. You wait and see what I do to your husband's business. And then he just starts. I went so fast. When everybody was telling us to stop, but he started with everybody. But I have to tell you, knowing his history and everything that's gone on, like tonight, there was a look of such evilness on his face, and I'm really afraid, and it might not be me or somebody's going to get hurt from this guy. And he finally did what he wanted to do. He broke me tonight. But I'm scared. I'm scared, and everybody, and I know it's hearsay, but everybody knows that this councilman is capable of what he's done. And he told me he has a bunch of police reports on file, and I talk about his father and his family, and I would never talk about anybody's kids or their parents. And he kept going at me and calling me names and saying he's going to do this to me and threatening me. And
what kind of names was he calling you?
Well, he was making hand gestures that was heavy. He was saying, go keep having a drink. And he told me that he has lots of police reports on file on me. And wait until, he's doing
go have a drink? Like, is he insinuating?
He's insinuating I'm an alcohol.
Okay.
But tonight, then when he went off about my family and my husband, and the look on his face, and he just kept calling names and coming after me with his phone camera, saying, I record everything, and you do and say. And I'm like, well, go ahead, Councilman. I haven't said anything. And I've been putting up with it for a long time, but tonight, I've heard through the grapevine that there has been some investigations going on him, and I think he probably blames Councilman Roman and myself. And he was fighting with Councilman Roman tonight too, like really going after him verbally, and it just,
Of course. Were you attacked physically in any way? I just need to ask.
No.
Okay.
But I was afraid I was going to be. I've never seen him this bad at me before.
Okay. He threatened to undermine your husband's business, as you already mentioned. Okay, and
he seemed like he was going to hurt me, and like he has, all these police reports against me that I've done bad things, and like even though I know I haven't, he's just trying to manipulate your minds. He does that to so many.
Okay, as far as police reports, I'm going to advise you like I advise all the other citizens I deal with. You can have as many police reports on file, and I've advised people, if you have a police report on file, because you want to lodge a complaint against somebody, then you have to go through the court clerk's office and sign complaints. If you don't sign complaints, then those reports pretty much just stay on file. So he might have reports on you, but I'm sure other people have reports on him, and unless somebody takes those reports to the court clerk's office and lodges a complaint, those
But
reports pretty much go nowhere.
He
So,
does this to so many
okay.
people and employees, you know, and I know he has a history of domestic violence. Of course, he got away with all of it, and everything is always canceled on him. He's come in here to pay, you know, he's had to post bond a couple times. He plays trickery with the police, and this is hearsay because I'm adding everything up because I'm afraid.
Okay.
You know, he's been arrested before on a warrant, and, he said, oh, I'll be back with the money. Another time, he knew he was going to go in a jail cell, so he pretended he had a psychiatric issue and brought him to the hospital. Previously, the past 6 months, and it could be rumors, but he's lost it a couple times, and I think he's gone to the hospital. So I'm not trying to hurt him over politics, but he's definite psychiatric issues, and I'm in fear not only for myself, for Councilman Roman, just because we're trying to take care and help the people, and
My concern is for your safety right now, and I will talk to the other involved parties individually and address matters of their safety.
I didn't tell him.
Okay, no, it's okay. So, my question is, basically, do you feel harassed by Councilman Peter Brown at this point?
Absolutely
And
do. I would be.
you feel he harassed you, caused alarm, where you feel intimidated? Okay, so I'm going to take a report basically stating that you're afraid because of his demeanor, and it's also recorded on camera, so I don't miss anything. Evil eyes, the disparaging remarks of you allegedly being heavy, making hand gestures, telling you to get a drink, like insinuating that you have a drinking problem. Okay, and he was with you with this camera. Did he get?
He got close.
He got close. That you felt he violated your personal space.
I did, and he was starting to follow me outside.
Okay, violated personal space, and when he followed you outside, did he say or do
Councilman
anything?
Roman and Councilman Medina pulled me out the door because I was yelling back at him, because that's when he was telling me about, he has police reports, and he's told me he's going to file lawsuits against me before because his wife had a premature baby. I mean, just the most ridiculous stuff that you've ever heard.
Well, there's lawsuits and there's countersuits. There's reports, so.
But I have never gotten anything that he's filed anything against me or anything. But
so
the harassment. It's just,
okay, so he's making mention of that, but he hasn't done anything. So my question to you is, I'm gonna do this report, and then of course I'm gonna talk to the other involved parties. I'm going to advise you of complaint procedures. Of course, the captain will correct me if there's something that we would have to do above and beyond, but the regular process is, I'll do the report in 5 to 7 business days, perhaps sooner, depending on the situation. The report may be available, and with that report, then I would advise you to take it and go up to the court clerk's office and sign complaints against the individual in question.
Okay, I don't sign them here. I sign them
Upstairs, yes, right. It's got to be done through the court system, because you would basically be signing a complaint against Councilman Peter Brown for harassment. He's causing you undue alarm, undue stress. You're in fear, so this is at the very least harassment. So it would have to be heard in front of a judge. And I'm going to advise you, like I advise my citizens, that if this report, if you don't use it to file a complaint against him, then the report is just going to basically stay on file. Just like the ones that he allegedly has against you, you're going to have reports against him. But the way the ball's going to get rolling is if you take that report that I'm going to generate, you or any involved party who feels harassed or threatened, and sign complaints against the party that harassed you, the offender, the suspect of this offense, which would be Councilman Peter Brown.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you, as police or internal investigation or whatever, I mean, because this is very political, it's very personal. Will anybody be investigating his history to support my concern and to say, maybe there's some issues here? He's had a problem with this councilman, he's had assaults here, he said, I just walk out of here unless I go stand there by myself, and he'll just talk to somebody and I'll look like a fool. I mean, he has a history. Pull up his name on there. He has a history.
Okay, so I'm going to generate
what could happen in 10 days?
Okay. I'm going to generate a report, And then with this, you'll be able to go up to the court clerk's office, sign complaints against the suspect of your harassment, Peter Brown. Okay, and if there's anything that needs to be done at the internal affairs investigation level, that's why the captain's here. If the captain needs to take it up through higher channels, then he will do so or
Sorry,
contact the right people for that.
Internal affairs is not going to have anything to do with this. This is internal affairs.
What do I do?
Internal affairs is basically for
You guys.
for us. As far as the detective bureau, because of what the allegations are, they basically result to a disorderly person's offense, a disorderly person's offense, which outside of our observing it, we can't sign complaint. So an investigation would lead to nothing because there is no higher charge other than the harassment charge at this point in time on this. So we would probably not investigate it. Because of the politics of it, I doubt that we would probably, if deemed necessary, probably reach out to the prosecutor's office and see what
Please,
they
Abdul.
would recommend. I do not command the detective bureau. I will talk to Captain Toad tomorrow, but I'm not sure if there's much that we can do with it. However, I'm quite sure he'll reach out to the prosecutor's office and see, because you're still talking
Abdul,
about,
I'm a tough
but
girl.
you're still talking about a disorderly person's offense. The law does not allow us to sign a complaint for that outside of us viewing it. If we do not view it, we cannot sign that complaint. So
Nothing happens until he physically hurts somebody.
Well,
again, at this point in time, with the harassment, your best bet is to sign the complaint yourself. And even if there is going to be an investigation, that can take time. That can take some time. Our guys aren't going to investigate anything and all of a sudden it's signed in one day. So if you're looking for some type of relief, you'll have the case number, and tomorrow morning go to the court clerk and you get to sign a complaint. It's going to be a summons. He'll receive the summons and not show up in court. So at least he'll know that he's being charged with harassment and the whole nine. But in the interim, that's the best way, because even if the prosecutor's office says, okay, because the politics of it and all, we want you guys to look into it, it's not going to happen overnight. So that's going to be your 10 days.
But at least I'm here. I'm reporting it.
exactly. It's documented.
It's documented.
Let me get a case number for you from dispatch, if I may.
Yeah.
And then
Yes,
I'll...
but again, if
I'm a tough girl.
if you're looking for charges with harassment, you have to
Just
sign
want
it.
them to look at his history and see that there's reason for concern. He broke me. Look at me. I'm a strong girl.
Hey, this is Lieutenant Ordonez. How are you? Fine, thank you. If you can please close me out a QED on a harassment report here at City Hall, 301 Northwood Avenue. It was at the council meeting earlier. If I can get a time and case to give to this party.
Things are kind of, our hands get tied.
I know. I understand. It's a different time.
No, it's not. It's just, the law is the law.
I know.
Like I can give you, for instance, there's a couple of disorderly persons offenses, DP offenses that
Okay, I'm going to read this back. Time is 21:38. Case is 190-39640.
shoplifting,
Okay, please close it out to me. ID number 7624.
domestic violence.
Thank you, sir. Yeah,
There's
goodbye.
a couple that we can actually make an arrest that did not happen in our presence. Other disorderly persons offenses aren't covered.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get a couple of case cards. I'm going to give you a case card with the case number.
Okay.
So then this way, 5 to 7 business days, as the standard is, you can get a copy of the reported records. And then from there, you can go up to the court clerk's office and sign complaints against this individual. And then let the courts handle it from there. And whatever a judge decides, or if there's mediation involved, that's up to the courts. But at least you have the ball rolling there.
Yeah.
This way, the report is going to be worth something as opposed to just a document that's on
I never
file.
filed a complaint against anybody in my life.
Unfortunately, with some things, there's the first time, but you have to protect yourself. So if you give me a...
Lieutenant, I am a tough girl.
No, I know you are, but...
As you're aware, even even if you sign the complaint here,
Yes.
there's probably gonna be a change of venue just because of both of
It's
you.
fine.
Exactly. Let me get some case cards. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, Captain. Please.
And position will pick it up. So you have to make it happen.
Okay, officer conference.